You can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for game one. Back with that after this. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the New York Mets taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. About to get started here for game one. And on the mound in this one, Christopher Sanchez.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Ground ball to the right side. Stott over to first in time. Lindor retired. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Brandon Nimmo in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Just off the outside edge. And now 2-0. One out, base is empty. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
Just missed. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Base hit, left center field.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Two outs. And the slider just misses.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Marsh makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Mets strand one. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. This is the National League Division Series on the show. Back here in Philadelphia, towing the slab in today's game, Luis Severino.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
The pitch. Kyle Schwarber in the box now. No balls and a strike.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
2-2 now. And down on strikes. One down.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here's Turner now. There's the strike. Severino, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a sinker, a slurve, a slider, and occasionally uses a cutter. And that one pulled foul. Just missing there. And that's ball one.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
And that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Bryce Harper to the plate. Wouldn't chase that time. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. And that's a double.
There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. That one catches the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Severino. That one not close. Ball 1. And a big swing and a miss.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Here comes a pitch. Not close with that one. And the count is 2-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the right-hander deals. Stays alive. Severino kicks, deals. Got him swinging. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. The Phillies turned away their first time around. Inning number 2 coming up from Citizens Bank Park. No score. New inning getting started, and now here's Jeff McNeil.
The left fielder, number 1, Jeff.
The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. Now the 0-1. And a foul ball.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You've got to be sharp.
Just off the outside corner. Ball 2. Got him. And that's the first out.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
J.D. Martinez stands in. And a strike. Martinez, a former All-Star, batting 6th in today's lineup. He joined the team as a free agent. Just missed. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on.
There's a swing and a drive. And it is gone. A solo shot. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here's Starling Marte. And that's in there at the knees. Sanchez. Not a big strikeout guy, but still very effective as far as starting pitchers go. One of those guys that involves the defense and really gets them involved in the action. And it stays fair.
He moves the ball around all the quadrants of the strike zone and will add and subtract velocity. And because of that, he gets the weak contact. It's all about missing the barrel of the bat.
Now it's the second baseman. Right through there for a strike. It seems like this type of guy is kind of a dying breed nowadays.
Well, exactly. When teams are looking for high velocity, high strikeout rates, a guy like this doesn't necessarily do that. So in order to really appreciate how good he is, you have to see him, because if you're just looking at a stat sheet, you might overlook him.
Missed with a changeup, and the count even 1-1. And that one in the air center field. Rojas hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
Batting 9, the catcher, number 4, Francisco.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Now a pop up on the infield. Turner should have it. And makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Down the third baseman, Alec Bohm. The wind and the pitch. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
And that's downstairs and outside. Next pitch is downstairs. Righty to the plate. That one fouled off. 2-2. The wind of the pitch. Popped up right side. On the move towards the line. Long run. Nice grab. And there's one down.
Batting sixth, the second baseman.
This is Bryson Stott. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Next offering is downstairs.
3-0.
And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
In the air, right field. And it's caught for the out.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. The Mets leading by a run here in game 1. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance, and it hits the fence. Around third. He scores to tie it up. It's 1-1.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
So 2 down. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. That one misses. Ball 1. One run across in the frame so far here in game 1 of the NLDS. Next offering is down low.
Well, out there on the mound, he's got to go right after this hitter because you don't want to turn this lineup over. This is the guy that you've got to get that final out, get out of this inning.
That's inside. Kyle Schwarber would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. The pitch. Fastball for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. (3-1), and he couldn't come up with it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Went down on strikes his first time through. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. Marsh, the lead runner out at second. Rojas on at first with 2 down. Laser, base hit, around third. He scores and they have the lead. It's 2-1.
He was all over that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Here's Trey Turner. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Fastball for a strike. And now it's even up. On the corner for a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
They take the force out, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Phillies 2 and the Mets 1. On to the third inning. Here's Francisco Lindor.
The shortstop, Francisco.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
The shortstop takes the ball. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here, home run. And it ties it up. It's 2-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Left-hand batter waits. And a foul ball.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. The wind of the pitch. And he chases that one. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. And now it's Mark Vientos. And he's already singled in this game. That one finds the zone. Strike one. One out, bases empty, and a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Now 1-1.
1-0.
Swings and misses and one down below the zone.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
One down, base is empty.
Helpful.
Line drive, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Here's Pete Alonso. That one at the knees for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-2.
Tied up here in the early going. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. And it's into the gap. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
McNeil.
Man at second here with 2 away. And next for the Mets, Jeff McNeil. That's in there. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Alonso at second with 2 down. Next offering is in for a strike.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
At the belt and fires. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Man at second. That's a little bit low.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Ground ball left side. Sends it to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. And we're back. And now here is Harper. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field. You know, these Phils showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Not even close there. Now 2 balls and a strike. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. There's a strike. The pitch. Late with the swing there.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Alvarez puts it away for the out. And there are 2 down.
Third baseman, Alec Bohm.
And now it's Alec Bohm. He's 0 for 1. In the air to left center. Sizing this one up. He's got it. And that is out number 3. And after 3, it remains a 2-2 tie. Game 1 of the division series. Now it's JD Martinez.
JD
Sanchez back to work. And there's the strike.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient bats out of it. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
And now the lefty. Line drive. This looks like extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Go ahead run on base. Now it's the right fielder, Starling Marte. Fought off foul.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Inside, just missed. Man at second. And another ball. And a pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Here's the second baseman. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Right through there for a strike. Martinez over at second, 1 down. And a pitch. Tap dances out of the way of that one. And a 1-2.
Ball.
Battling here as he fouls it away. And misses. It's a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Marsh on the move. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. Mets leave 1. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Back at Citizens Bank Park, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Bryson Stott. And a pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Left-hand hitter waits. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
And now it is JT Realmuto. And that one fouled off. The pitch. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout. And there's one away.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there. And it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
So digging in, Brandon Marsh. And that one fouled off.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Lifted in the air, out to left. McNeil drifts towards it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
Johan Rojas will hit next. Out towards left center. McNeil drifts towards it. Squeezes it, and that's the inning. Phillies strand 1. Score remains 2-2. We go to the top of the 5th. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida.
Well, these Mets, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've been lining the ball all over the ballpark, and unfortunately, sometimes it's right into a glove. But still, they've hit 9 line drives so far, and that's something they should feel very good about. I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. That's in there. That's strike 1.
Speaking of those line drives, you can't get too discouraged when they don't drop in for you. It's important to remember that you pretty much did everything right, and that's just baseball sometimes.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and that will fall. Marsh quickly gets it back in. Runner holds it second, but they've got something going on here.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Vientos up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Some stirring in the bullpen for the Phillies. Tyler Gilbert appears to be getting loose. That one hit to right. And that's a fair ball. 1 runs in. Nimmo rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay in there. He's safe. It's 4-2.
the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Christopher Sanchez out of the game, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Tyler Gilbert.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Pete Alonso, the next to hit. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1.
In the air, foul off first. Harper makes the catch, and there's one down.
The left fielder, number 1, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Right through there for a strike. 2 runs across in the inning, and we're at the top of the 5th. This one in the air. Turner should have it. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
And here is J.D. Martinez. He's already homered in this game. Foul ball there. Vientos on at second with 2 down. Pitch misses there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lined, and that's a base hit. Around third. Now a long throw home. But it's offline. And they're up by 3. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Starling Marte up to hit. 1 for 2. And a foul ball. Marte, a former Gold Glove winner, 35 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Next pitch, not close, up high. And it's fouled away.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And that one missing low. Caught him looking for the K. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 5 and the Phillies 2. Bottom of the inning, and here's the Phillies leadoff man, Kyle Schwarber.
The designated hitter,
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
Well, these Phillies finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one missed. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. On his way over. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Trey Turner at the plate.
Boog, I never got to play at Citizens Bank Park in my career, just the old Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia, but the crowds here are just as energetic now as they were at that old park. And trust me, as an outfielder visiting town, you're going to hear it from the fans out there in the bleachers.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike. Next pitch misses way outside. Righty delivers. And they'll do it again. The Mets leading by 3. Last half of inning number 5. Got him swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Chris, 3rd time through the order and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today. Economical with the pitch count.
2 outs, base is empty. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies. Ball 1 on a pitch inside.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
2 outs. Out there to center. Sizes this one up. Makes the catch. That is the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, top 6. Now it's the second baseman, number 11. And here it comes. Just missed. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jose Alvarado, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Kirkering also throwing. Right through there for a strike. On the ground. Zips it to first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. And that one clips the corner.
0-1.
That's in there. And the count is 0-2. Got him looking. And he did not like the call.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He blasted one out earlier in the 3rd.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
In there for strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball. That one close, ruled the ball. 2-1. Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the sixth. This one smacked out to left center. Rojas snags it on the run. 3 up, 3 down for him there. To the bottom of the sixth we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Mets 5 and the Phillies 2. Bottom of the sixth. And now it's the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Nick Castellanos. The line to kick the pitch. Gets the outside corner with that one. Next offering upstairs.
1-1.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a pitch. Wouldn't chase that time. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one away.
Now batting, third baseman, Allen.
And now for the Phillies, Alec Bohm. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
The next to hit takes ball 1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
Fly ball center field. That gets down for a hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Now batting, catcher,
JT Realmuto steps in.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
1-0.
And the first offering is not close.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Kicks and deals. Upstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 1 out. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Ripped, but it curls foul. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
So first and second with 2 outs. Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Just missed. Good hitters count the 2-0. Swung on, belted. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. On to the 7th here in Game 1. It's the Mets 5 and the Phillies 2. Top of inning number 7. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
Gilbert back to work. That one misses. Ball 1. Ground ball right side. Sneaks through, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting. The third
Mark
baseman.
Vientos up now for the Mets. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Nimmo gets his lead at first with nobody out. That one is absolutely belted. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. He'll score. It's 6-2.
Back-to-back base hits. I'll tell you, man, it's such a good feeling when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Pete Alonso. Ball 1 there. The pitch. And there's a ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
That catches the corner. And that one ripped to left. March brings it in. 1 away.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Sliced hard but foul. And he deals. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. The pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Way high.
2 strikes.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Throws him with the heater at the knees.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
J.D. Martinez stands in. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Ball 1, no strikes. 1 run across in the frame so far here in the late stages of game 1. Next offering is in for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's 7-2.
Just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And stepping in for New York, Starling Marte.
Nope.
Just off the outside edge. Two balls, no strikes to count.
2-0.
2 runs across in the inning. Here in the top half of inning number 7. There's a strike. Two outs. Right through there for a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here comes a pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. But the hands are still stinging after that one.
Good eye in that spot.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Now this is in the air down the line. And that is a foul ball. Got him looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 7 and the Phillies 2. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And digging in for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. And the right-hander back to work. This one lifted in the air, left field. McNeil makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Schwarber, the next to hit, takes outside.
Now just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game. Just 1 pitch short of 100 now, and I'm guessing this is likely his final inning if he can get through it.
1 strike.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so it's a good take by him.
That clips the corner.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
1 down, base is empty. On the ground, right side, and it's through for a hit.
The batter.
We've all seen the defensive shift make a big difference in defending against pull hitters, but it's not foolproof. He pulled it as expected, but he found a hole that time.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luis Severino done for the night, and we'll be back with their first arm out of the pen after a quick break. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, number 72.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
So a man aboard. Trey Turner now. Right through there for a strike. Man at first, one away. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The shortstop takes the ball.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Harper in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Huascar Brazoban up and loosening in the pen. Garrett getting loose as well. Schwarber off of first with 2 away. And a good eye there. Next offering is in for a strike. Kicks and fires. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. One left for Philadelphia. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Orion Kerkering.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's the second baseman. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. The wind of the pitch. Out to short, Turner. Now he launches a throw over his head.
That's a case where he just pushed the throw a little bit, didn't stay on top of it, didn't find the release point, and it gave him no chance at first base to come down with it. I know he won't be happy with himself on that one.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Kerkering, in his rookie season, he throws a slurve, a four-seamer, and he works in a sinker. Righty to the plate. Sends him down on strikes. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
No, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now it's Frankie Lindor. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Exit the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
And the right-hander deals. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
One ball.
Squirts away a little bit. Tag, safe at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Runner at second here, one gone. And another ball. That one misses, and that's ball 3. Man at second. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Right-handed reliever. He goes down looking.
Really good battle right there, and that final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
So 2 down now, and here is Brandon Nimmo. Right down the chute. That's strike 1. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're in the top of the 8th. And now the count is even. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Coming home. He will score. It's 8-2. It's a double. 3rd hit of the night for him.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. In there at the knees. Strike 1. Man on second, 2 down.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
0-2 now. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Two outs. That one well upstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And he can't come up with it. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mets 8 and the Phillies 2. Back here in Philadelphia, ready for the bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, Nick Castellanos. And the pitch.
So game 1 hasn't played out the way these fans had hoped, and losing the opener is never fun, but winning game 2 takes away the sting. So hopefully these fans have something to cheer about next time.
This to third. And Castellanos is out.
The batter, the third baseman, Alec.
Now the third baseman, Alec Bohm. 1 for 3. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Now a chance for Bryson Stott. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, JT Realmuto.
Man at first, and up to the plate is JT Realmuto. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle of the base hit. Nimmo quickly gets it back in. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And he hits a ground ball right side. They get the force, and that is the inning. Phillies leave a couple, and it's still 8-2. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jose Ruiz.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. The pitch. Ball one, no strikes. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Jose Alvarado, the left-hander, up and throwing. Banks warming up as well. And the 1-0. And a strike in there.
1-1.
That one inside, and it's 2-1. And another ball. At the belt and fires. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
And now, Jeff McNeil. And there's a foul ball. And the 0-1. There's a strike. 95 of that one.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The Mets up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Next offering way off the plate. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2 to short, could be 2. Flips for 1. Now to first, and it's a double play.
Very smooth on the feed to second right there. You gotta love that glove toss, Boog. You know, sometimes people think these guys are being a little flashy, but it actually can make more sense to do that than try to make a full transfer. And you gotta remember, these guys work on that play all the time, so it's in their back pocket whenever they need it.
Here is J.D. Martinez. That catches the top part of the zone. It's 0-1. That's ripped. Base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, right fielder.
So up next, Starling Marte. And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. That one finds the zone, and that's strike two. Martinez off of first with two away. On the ground right side, and foul ball. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. It's the Mets 8 and the Phillies 2. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Reed Garrett.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas.
The center fielder, Johan Rojas.
And here it comes. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball one. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Way out front for strike two.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Digging in, Kyle Schwarber. Base knock right field.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
So digging in, Trey Turner. And that one cutting but missing down low. The Phillies with a lot of ground to make up here in the last half of inning number 9. And that one is inside. Grounded to third. Could be 2. To second, there's 1. And that's a double play to end it.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for this team today.
From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, the show presents the National League Division Series. It's the New York Mets taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. John Shambi with you alongside Chris Singleton, and a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit. Here's Francisco Lindor. And a pitch. That catches the zone for a strike. So we're underway here in game 2. And right back to the mound. Throws to first in time. 1 out in the top of the first. Here's a Mets lineup now. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
And downstairs.
2-0.
1 out, base is empty. And another ball. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
3-1.
And there's ball 4.
Looked like a questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate. But as a hitter, you'll take that all day.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That misses. And it's 1-0. Fouled off. He was late. Nimmo over at first with 1 away. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. That one not close. Now 2-2. Him out looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Sliced down the right side. And the 0-1. And that's down and away. Here's a 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 2 of the NLDS. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that's outside. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Mets strand one. And now it's the Phillies' turn. No score. This is the National League Division Series on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. Today's starting pitcher, Paul Blackburn.
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes his stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
Here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber.
The designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
And he deals. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
One ball, no strike.
Left-hand batter waits.
Well, coming off of a blowout loss in the previous game, this lineup can't try to do too much. They've just got to stay within themselves, take each pitch, each at bat, one by one, and try to push the runs across as often as possible.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
One down, base is empty. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. You'll see another. 2-2 now. Into left center for a base hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. The tag out.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Bryce Harper. Ripped to right, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Big knock there to keep the inning alive and an opportunity to put something in the gap and give the Phillies the lead.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. There's a strike. Two outs. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Blackburn throws to first, and he's back safely. Right-hander kicks, deals, and down on strikes he goes. That's out number 3. Phillies strand 1. We played an inning. No score. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Second inning set to go. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil.
Suarez back to work. And a foul ball. McNeil goes 6'1", 195 pounds, and usually he's a second baseman, but today he's starting in the outfield. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2 now.
I always see second basemen as being pretty versatile guys you can move around, and so for him to be out in the outfield today doesn't surprise me at all.
The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The wind and the pitch. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Singy, here's a fun nugget. Through the 2022 season, only 8 players ever had at least 3 career postseason hits, where all of those hits were for extra bases. And you're one of them. Gets it to first, and quickly one away in the second. And now J.D. Martinez.
Well, not to brag, Boog, but my postseason extra base hits were pretty special, too. 2 doubles off of Pedro Martinez in 2003 and an RBI triple off Freddie Garcia in 2000.
And another ball. I wouldn't get too puffed up about that postseason extra base hit thing, Singy. The all-time leader with 4 is Ken Holtzman, a pitcher, and one of his hits was a homer.
Yeah, Boog, I'm sure he was a position player, though, before he started pitching.
One down, base is empty. Struck him out looking. Here's Starling Marte. Breaking ball inside. And that's ball 1. Second inning here, no score. And there's the strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
In the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Batting it, the second baseman, Jose Iglesias.
Here's the veteran second baseman. On the inside corner for a strike. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Mets leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Alec Bohm.
The third baseman, Alec Bohm.
The pitch. Not close with that one. Ball 1. And a pitch. Wouldn't chase that time. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Kicks and deals. That one hooked foul. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Liner, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
This is Bryson Stott. First pitch just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
And the righty deals. Swing and a ball popped up. Alonso should have this one. Hauls it in for the out.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
And now it is JT Realmuto.
Jacob Tyler Realmuto, he has quite the trophy case as a multiple-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, and Gold Glove winner. This guy's a great leader by example for his team.
There's a strike.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Popped up. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it. Out. Number 2.
Batting 8, the left fielder,
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Boom. The runner at first with 2 gone. Swings through that one for strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
The pitch. On the ground to short. Off balance throw in time. And that is the inning. One left for Philadelphia. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here in Philadelphia. Well, here we go. Top of the 3rd, scoreless game. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Suarez back to work. Fought off foul. And now the 0-1. And that's in the dirt. The 1-1 is fouled off. Goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Lindor batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Top of the 3rd, no score. This one in the air, center field. Makes the grab, 2 down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Foul ball. The wind to kick the pitch.
With 2 out and nobody on, you want to go right after this guy. He's the number 2 hitter, which means if he gets on, you've got some thunder coming up behind him.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Mets go down quickly. Still no score. And we're back. Leading off, Johan Rojas.
The center fielder, Johan Rojas.
The pitch. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1. Just off the inside edge.
2 balls, no strike.
Righty to the plate. And another ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
Next pitch in for a strike. And the count is 3-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Here comes a pitch. Swings and misses, and one out now.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. One down, base is empty.
That's low.
That's a base hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Man at first with one gone. Here's Trey Turner. The shortstop takes the ball. Righty delivers. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Schwarber leads off first with one away. And another ball. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Just off the inside edge.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And the right-hander deals. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. That's back. And that one is out of here. And they grab the lead. It's 2-0. He kept swinging and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Harper now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Inside, just missed.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The 1-0. Blackburn maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
And he walked him.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
One gone, runner at first. Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And one fouled off. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And now for the Phillies, Alec Bohm. And he's already singled in this game. First offering, and it just misses. Blackburn checks on first, and he's back in safely. And that one wrapped foul. Two outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a pitch. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Hauls it in to end the inning. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. And it's 2-zip. You're watching the National League Division Series on the show. We're in the second game of this division series. And stepping in for New York, Mark Vientos. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. And that one lifted in the air center field. Rojas drifts towards it, and there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Here's Pete Alonso. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Love coming to Citizens Bank Park. Best ice cream in all of the league at the press level. It's only been around since 2004, but plenty of awesome history here already. It's the only stadium with multiple postseason no-hitters. Remember Roy Halladay did it back in 2010, and the Houston Astros threw a combined no-no in Game 4 of the 2022 World Series.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
And a ball evens the count.
It's a good take.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Kicks and fires. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Jeff McNeil stands in. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And that skips into dirt.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle. And with 2 outs, 1 swing, can put you right back in this ball game.
And a foul ball. 1-1 now. Ripped to short. Turner with the throw to first. That ends the frame. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're still down. It's 2-0. Back here in Philadelphia, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Bryson Stott. And the pitch. That one inside. 1-0.
You know, these Phils showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
McNeil drifts towards it. And a quick out, number one.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
JT Realmuto steps in. First time up was a pop out. And that one is inside, ball one.
No strike.
Base is empty, one away here in game two. And a pitch. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Realmuto started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. 2 outs, base is empty. And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. He's 0 for 1. That one's in there. Strike one. And ball one. Just missed. Two down, nobody on. And another ball.
3-2.
This one high in the air to left center. Nimmo ranging after it. And that ends the inning. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Now it's going to be J.D. Martinez. Martinez, an all-star a season ago, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and though usually in left field, today he's the designated hitter. Just missed.
Some guys don't like not being able to play defense because it helps them to stay in the rhythm. So for him to be the DH, we'll see if he gets a routine together.
And now the lefty off the mark there, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
That clips a corner. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it hooks foul.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike, you go after him and finish him off.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Starling Marte up to hit. Up the middle, Turner. Tosses to first, and the first two set down in the top of the fifth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now it's the second baseman. 0 for 1 so far. Fastball for a strike.
No ball.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. In the air, left field. Marsh moves under it. And that is that. Back at Citizens Bank Park, we head to the bottom of the fifth. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. The pitch. In there at the knees. The pitch. Good eye right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So now back to the top of the order.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Check on the runner. Rojas back on a dive. Schwarber now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Hit in the air, center field. Nimmo has it sized up. Nimmo makes the play.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Turner.
Here's Turner now. He's already homered in this game. Blackburn picks to first. Rojas back in standing.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
There goes the runner. And a foul ball. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
Next offering is in for a strike.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Rojas stands at first with 1 out. Liner caught at second.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Bryce Harper to the plate. And there's a fly ball deep right field. He hits the wall and hangs on. Great catch.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
Back here in Philadelphia, all set for the top of the 6th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Suarez back to work. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
Well, these Mets, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
Castellanos tracks it down for the out.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
Kicked a swing of the 1-0 and appeal to first. Didn't go. That's a laser base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
One strike.
Now snap throw to first. Lindor back in there.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Now this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could.
Runner takes off. Strike in there. Real Mutual throws not in time. It's a stolen base.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner in a scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
Left-hand hitter waits. Good job to fight that one off. Man at second. And now it's even up. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. He scores, and it's a one-run game.
Comes through with the RBI. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Mark Vientos.
Right through there for a strike. And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
At the belt and fires. And it's 1-1.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. His painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That one down the line. Harper to second. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And that'll do it. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. And now it's going to be Nick Castellanos.
Castellanos.
And the right-hander back to work. That clips the corner.
Well, these Phillies, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat, and that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Just misses with that one. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Boom. Stands in now and watches strike one. And that's a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
And he deals.
That's the ball. 1 and 2.
Wouldn't chase that time. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Now it's 3 and 2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Line drive, base hit down the line. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Kicks and deals. Swing and a foul straight back. Boom. At first, 1 gone. And that's in the dirt.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
That misses the zone, and the count is even, 2 and 2. Left-hand batter waits. Stays alive. The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. And here it comes. That's to third. To second, that's 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We head to the 7th now in game 2. It's the Phillies 2 and the Mets 1. We go to the top of the 7th, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
And fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Pitch misses. 1-1. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Carlos Estevez getting ready to go. Strom, the lefty, warming up as well. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Got him looking. Frozen with the heater at the knees.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. First offering misses badly for ball one. And a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
One down, base is empty. And there's a foul ball. The pitch. That one just misses. And now it's 3-2. The line to kick the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Low throw, and he can't dig it out.
Now back, designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Ranger Suarez is done. Really solid performance out of him as he leaves with a slim lead. We'll take a break. New arm when we get back. Orion Kerkering gets the ball now.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Runner on at first with one gone. J.D. Martinez now at the plate. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch misses.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
That one the other way, and a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Two on, one out. Starling Marte up now for the Mets. First pitch, and he just misses. Righty to the plate. On its way to the corner. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Good eye in that spot.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
The 2-1. High fly ball down the left field line. Marsh going back. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Excellent play out there, and he does it in a huge spot. That wall, it can very easily jar the ball loose when you bang into it, so that could have been a really different outcome.
Here's the second baseman. And that one fouled off. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the late stages of game 2. Now 1-1. Fought off foul. Two on, two outs. And that'll fall for a base hit. Here's the throw. Tag, save. It's 2-2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So 2 down, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Francisco Alvarez. First pitch just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
Trying to keep this a 2-2 game here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering upstairs. Two outs. And that's in for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good compliment.
The throw in time to get him, and that does it for the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. 2-2 game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Huáscar Brazoban. And up to the plate is JT Realmuto.
The catcher, JT Realmuto.
Here comes a pitch. That's a little bit low.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
And the right-hander deals.
That's the ball. 2-0.
There's a strike.
2-1.
Right-handed reliever. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a pitch. And a base hit right there. So a man on base to start the inning.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer. And he hit the ball on the screws. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. This one in the air. He's under it. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Up next for Philadelphia, the center fielder, Johan Rojas.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. 1 for 2. That's down and in.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
With the go-ahead run at first, here at the bottom of the 7th. Missed with a changeup. 2-0. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
The pitch. And a foul ball left side. Base hit into the outfield. And the go-ahead run into scoring position. One away.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Kyle Schwarber getting ready to hit. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, one out. Swings and misses. 0-2.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're seeing.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He powers that one out of here. It's 5-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Ryan Stanek.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
One down. Trey Turner with a chance now. He's already homered here in this one. Where'd that last pitch miss? Still only one out here in the inning. That clips the corner. And that's off the inside edge. And a count 2-1. And another ball. Hard ground ball, base knock.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
So a man aboard, and now here is Harper. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Turner, the base runner at first with 1 out. Pickoff throw.
He's safe.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Left-hand hitter waits. The punch out there. That's out number 2.
Now batting.
Now it's the cleanup hitter for the Phillies, Nick Castellanos. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Check on the runner, and Turner's back in. In there at the knees, and a count 1-1. Righty delivers. He swings and fouls one off. And another ball. Right-hander kicks, deals.
3-2.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
3-2. On the ground to third. Zips it across. Gets him easily. Ends the inning. Phils get 3 on this long ball. It's 5-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Carlos Estevez.
Now pitching for the Phillies, number 53, Carlos Estevez.
So the lineup flips over. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. 1 for 3. The pitch. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
In the air, left field, down the line. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Estevez measures 6 feet 6 inches, 31 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. That one missed. Action in the pen down there. Jeff Hoffman, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Alvarado getting cranked up as well. And a pitch. And a swing and a miss.
1-1.
And that's downstairs and outside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And there's a strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Slice the other way and foul. Man at first, 1 away. There's a strike. kicks and fires. That's outside. Going to count 1-2.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
And that one upstairs.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Check swing on the 2-2. Appeal to first. And he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Rojas pulls it down, and there's 2 down.
The batter, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Slider right there. Two outs. Misses outside. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Here's a run scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the 9th, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
Close, but call the ball. 3-1.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Hammered down the right side, but foul.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
3-2 now. Right through there, got him. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight. Mets strand 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Number 72.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Phillies, the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
The pitch. There's the strike. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Well, that one might sting for a bit, but it helps the team and it boosts the OBP boot. Sometimes that trade-off is worth it, but sometimes it's not.
Stop. In the box now. No balls and a strike. Boom. Aboard here at first with nobody out. And they'll do it again. The 0-2.
1-2.
In the dirt. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. And he deals. Ground ball right side. And he grabs it foul. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at first with no outs here. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
And here it comes. And another ball.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
That one is inside ball 4. And I mean, oh, so close. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat. Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The 0-1. Inside corner at the knees. That's a strike. Good fastball. Next offering is downstairs.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Got him. 1 out.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And a foul ball. Next offering is down low. The Phils trying to break this one open here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
2 on, 2 outs. That's off the mark, and that's ball 2. Wouldn't chase that time.
3 out.
Here's a 3-0. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, this is their chance to break it open. If they don't end up winning this ball game, they're going to look back at this opportunity right here and have some regret.
Next to hit, Kyle Schwarber. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Bases loaded, 2 down. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 1-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
And the next pitch is way outside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. And another ball. Trey Turner would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
That one misses, and that'll bring home a run.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Trey Turner at the plate.
Shortstop.
And that's in there for strike one.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Just missed. 2 outs. Bases are full. At the belt and fires. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering misses. 3-2 down. Bryce Harper waits on deck. And a pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And the inning is over. So a run on no hits, and they wind up leaving the bases loaded. Game 2 heads to the 9th inning. It's the Phillies 6 and the Mets 2. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jose Alvarado.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil.
The left fielder, number 1, Jeff McNeil.
The pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Activity in the bullpen. Tanner Banks getting loose out there. And now the lefty. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Line drive. Makes the catch for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
He's 2 outs away. So now here's the Mets DH, J.D. Martinez. Ball 1, no strikes.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Wouldn't chase that time. Two and 0 to count. Here it comes.
That's a ball.
And there's a ball. That one finds the zone. They're now 3-1. Three-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Close pitch there, but you got to forget about that call if you're out on the mound. You can't let it affect you going forward. You've got to get out of the inning first, and then if you want to be frustrated, take it out in the dugout.
Marte stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
The 1-0.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
2-0. Ground ball to first. Could be 2. Over to Turner for 1. Over to first, but it's offline.
Now batting,
Well, they had the chance at turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
So it's their last chance in this one. Number 11 digs in now. And that one is in the dirt. Ball 1. He was late there. Strike 1.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now. Well, at least you got the pitcher thinking a little bit. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
The 1-1.
No, that's low.
Foul ball. The Mets down to their final strike. And another ball.
3-2.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
Alvarez.
So they turn to their closer, Jeff Hoffman. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score, and it's now a 2-run game.
Hey, they're right back in this thing after adding those 2 runs on the board. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. With the tying run at the plate, here at the top of the 9th. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here comes Alvarez around third. The tag, and that's the ball game.
Well, this was a must-win for this team. Game 2 of the series at home after dropping Game 1. They win it today. They feel a lot better heading to the next ballpark for Game 3.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these 2 teams.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. The Phillies hang on to win it. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.